Joining us now is OjyOkpe with stories trending around the world. Hello, Jinx.
Good morning, Dr. Mati. How are you this morning?
Well, good.
Very good. Good morning.
Good morning,
Ayo, we
Oji.
had so much fun yesterday. The day before on Sunday. Congratulations.
Yes. And I saw
bundles of
yesterday.
Joy.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
Please
you,
share with our audience really quickly.
Oh, thank you so much.
5 seconds.
Yes, 5 seconds.
20.
It was such a beautiful day that I've been looking forward to on Sunday when we dedicated our twins, Lemola and Lemola, at this present house. I really want to thank the chairman, the Prince Ndika who was there. He led the delegation, the strong delegation of Arise team members. Dr. Bati, thank you so much. He came with his family. Oji, thank you for coming all the way. I know it was a sacrifice for you. Rufai, Uncle Rufi, thank you very much for coming. Rufai changed diapers.
Yes, very good.
My daughter was crying and she needed to be changed.
Very good. Uncle
big thank you to every single person. And let me just say a big mention to one particular person who watches your show. And I know this, Pastor Tunde Badru of the King's Palace in Katy. Amazing, amazing, amazing man. I want to thank him publicly using this platform because I know this matters to him. I mean, he watches what's trending, but he and his wife were phenomenal to us. And I really wanted to thank him and the Oladelis. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
But Ayo, we appreciate you.
I saw another side of
Ayo.
Dancing. When we organize that dancing competition, she has to be on the floor too.
Now you know Ayo is a dancer.
I'm from Lagos Island. Fantastic. How can I not know how to dance? Yes, I represented us very well. I was so grateful to God for this beautiful miracle. And thank you all for your gifts, for celebrating with me. Thank you.
Fantastic. Absolutely.
Please invite us next year again.
For more.
We will be there. We are ready. This is a fertility baby production environment.
In this economy.
Which economy? It's God that looks after children. Don't mind him. Hurry up. Tell Mr. Myro that we want more.
Anybody that wants baby to bring school fees.
That's a good point. We are very proud of you, Ayo. Congratulations on your miracle. Really happy for you.
I'm very grateful.
Well, all right. Good morning to you, viewers. Let's begin what's trending by taking reactions to Rivers State Governor Fubara's visit to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the Aso Rock Villa on Monday, which he described as a father and son discussion following his return to office after lifting of the emergency rule in his state. Fubara met with President on Monday evening, and both leaders were photographed exchanging pleasantries, speaking with State House correspondents after the closed-door meeting. Fubara explained that it was proper protocol for him to see the president and formally notify him of his return to office.
You are aware that the suspension was lifted on the 17th, midnight 17th, and I came in on the 19th. Ideally, it's proper for me to see Mr. President to tell him that I'm back and I've also resumed my responsibility as the governor of Rivers State. It's not much, it's father-son discussion, telling him thank you and the areas where, if at all, there should be any issue for him to guide me properly so we don't be in any situation that will bring crisis again. That's all. I don't know what you mean by is it a paper piece or a real piece. So long as I'm concerned, we have made peace. My Fubara and his principal are working together.
The return of the prodigal son. That's what it appeared to be. I mean, it says father and son meeting. Peace has returned to Rivers State. Well, this meeting signals an apparent reconciliation between Fubara and the federal government, and his decision not to challenge the constitutionality of the emergency rule appears to have, smoothed relations with the executive. I'll take reactions. This person wrote on Instagram, "A whole governor was illegally removed, treated like a cat. His state handed to a sole administrator, humiliated, and even had an illegal election conducted over his head. Now, the same man is visiting his oppressors and even thanking them. No be juju be that. Fubara, it's time to man up." Another ex-user wrote, What we lack is politicians with principles and ethics. Why romancing the president after you are denied your constitutional mandate? It's better to be a hero today than to be remembered as a coward. Well, David wrote, "You did the right thing. Don't mind those who want to benefit from the crisis. You wear the shoe and you know where it pinches. You are elected to provide good governance to your people. Focus on that." I mean, we did see this video trending on social media, but, you know, some people were asking some questions because we saw the Imo State governor there. And let me take this tweet, this post from Instagram. This is from Excellent Tony. Wrote, "How come my state governor, His Excellency Hope Uzodinma, has become Abuja governor, an Aso Rock occupant? Always on ground to bid Tinubu goodbye, and on ground to welcome him back. Now on ground to welcome Tinubu's guests. No wonder he's nicknamed the Supreme Court governor." Dr. Abbas is cracking up. But I want to give Rufai Oseni here the floor before I take this reaction. Go ahead.
Oji, see, in life, when a man comes of age, there are some things that will lead a man as he goes on in his life. Number one, principle. As a human being, you need to set boundaries to things you will take, but you will not take. But when you have a human being that your principles are soiled, you are violated, you are pummeled, you are beaten, you are bullied, and you go back to beg your oppressors, you have failed as a man. So when you have people that create these conditions in society to pummel people to the extent of the fact that they cannot stand up for themselves, then the man in those people died. So I would like to ask Governor Fubara, how do you feel today? Your fellow governors, 11 governors of PDP states, stood up for you. They took a case to court that the Supreme Court did not hear. People spoke up against the injustice, not because of you anyway, it was because of the seat of the governor that they felt was being desecrated. And today, you go back and meet the same people that oppressed you, the same person you call your father that couldn't side with you when the chaos started, the same person that used the state of emergency to humiliate you for another person. Then you go back to him and you went to report to him and say, "Daddy, I'm here, OjyOkpe." So with what eyes do you want those other 11 governors that stood up for you to look at you? People like the governor of Zamfara and a couple of other states that stood tall for you. So I ask you, where is your thank you to them? Your thank you to them isn't going to kiss the foot of your oppressor. It reminds me of the words of Winston Churchill. When Winston Churchill said, "An appeaser is the one that keeps giving the crocodile meat, but hoping that one day the crocodile will eat him last." We have appeasers in this country, not politicians.
All right, Dr. Abate, I saw you cracking up about this Hope Uzodinma, always there, right at the Aso Rock Villa. Well, what's really going on here? I mean, is there something we're missing? Because I know you were very popular when you talked about the fact that he was, you know, waving goodbye. He was among the governors there.
The basic point that we're making is that many of these governors who seem to have developed the habit of always hanging around Abuja, hanging around Aso Villa. If they do not make appearances at the airport to constitute themselves into the equivalent of permanent sculptures at the international airport, either welcoming the president or waving at him, they hang around the office of the president in an unnecessary show of sycophancy. And this is why many of their constituents are saying they want their governors to sit at home and do the work. But you know, these are also politicians. Some of them, they need to hang around the president to at least give effect to one phenomenon that is called elite capture. You know, they have to be there. Their state is not good enough for them. They always have to be around the corridors of power. We don't know what Governor Hope Uzodinma he's doing the president's office.
Well, we saw him welcoming Fubara.
Okay. Yeah, he went to join the welcome party. I
saw that now.
Well, I think there are more important things in Imo State. If you have information on that, there are more important things than to turn Imo State into a welcoming state in the presidential corridor of power. We would like to see, you know, the various governors, not just Governor Hope Uzodinma, staying at home and doing their work. But in any case, they will say what is our own in the matter. After all, it's the people of Imo State who have to be using analgesics for whatever pain that they are suffering.
Oh, they are sending me messages. They're asking, what is our governor? Yeah, that was one of the things. What is our governor doing there? Please, we need him in our state.
As for the civil servant, who is governor in Rivers State, I've already said that, look, this is a civil servant mentality. People have treated you badly. They have, other people have supported you. And he used his mouth to go and say what the president did is very good, something that lawyers have said is unconstitutional, illegal. Rivers elders and leaders of thought, they stood up for him. Ijo Youth Congress, you know, they stood up for him. The women went onto the streets, and then he just threw all these people, you know, under the bus to go and genuflect. Now, it's not compulsory that he talks. If he's an obedient civil servant, okay, he's governor now. If he has nothing intelligent to say, he can keep quiet. So what is all that granting interviews and just vomiting from the mouth instead of taking a principal position? I made the point.
Yeah.
I hope that the terms of the settlement in this particular matter will come to light one day. We don't want to hear that a certain godfather somewhere has to be settled with Rivers State resources on a monthly basis so that there will be peace. That must not be the case. Because this same House of Assembly must always in Rivers State ask for accountability and integrity. So it cannot negotiate away the primary interest of the people of Rivers State. So he has gone there. I don't know how many times he prostrated to the president. They didn't show that on television. We also don't know where else he has gone to prostrate. But now that they have brought him back, and he's very happy to have been brought back, let him go back and do the work.
Let him go and do the work. Let me read a comment. This person wrote, Fubara has a new father now. His name is Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Hopefully he goes to APC. That will give him some covering and may even help in twists of his second term ambition.
Now our papa be this, so we no get another one. Now our papa be this, so.
Rufai! Okay, Ayo, let's go to another story now.
You too, you have
what does he have? What does he have?
Okay.
What do you mean?
No. Lagos State.
Lagos State. You don't want to go and beg. You don't have Godfather.
No, he says
you don't have Godfather in Lagos State.
Is it not your state you returned that person?
All right, since you don't have a godfather in Lagos State, let me take this story and then maybe you can reply or you can respond to this. In another development, presidential spokesperson Bayo Onanuga has dismissed former Kaduna Governor Nasir El-Rufai's suggestion that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu could attempt to become a life president, describing the claim as baseless and absurd. The sharp exchange follows El-Rufai's warning over the weekend that Tinubu could try to cling to power like Cameroon's 92-year-old Paul Biya if Nigerians fail to unite against him in the 2027 election.
Sum total of this is that we are facing an evil of such a large proportion in the history of this country that if we don't all come together and end this Tinubu administration by 2027, Tinubu will try to be our Paul. He will be president for life.
All right. Well, in a post on X, Onanuga accused El-Rufai of making unfounded claims and speculations about the president, suggesting the former governor has realized the futility of attempts by his new party associates to stop Tinubu's re-election bid. And I'll take by Onanuga's tweeting part. He wrote, after reports of the grand reception President Tinubu received in Kaduna last Friday, El-Rufai was clearly surprised by the depth of support the president continues to enjoy in the north. He stands in stark contrast to his narrative that the region has abandoned the president. In response, he resorted to spreading further unfounded stories, including the claim that President Tinubu intends to become a life president after 2027, a speculation that is baseless and absurd. President Tinubu is a Democrat who does not intend to stay in office beyond May 28, 2031, when re-elected in 2027. And I'll just take a comment, Ayo, before I come to you. This person wrote on X, El-Rufai warning that Tinubu wants to be president for life is comedy gold. At Tinubu's age, he's more likely focused on cementing a legacy than chasing some endless throne. The real story here is that the old cash cows have been led out of their pens, and people like El-Rufai don't know how to survive without a pipeline to public funds. So they dress up their panic as patriotism, hoping Nigerians will shield them while they plot a comeback. Nobody's buying it. This isn't about saving democracy. It's about saving their allowances. I mean, these are some of the comments that we've seen. Some backing El-Rufai, some backing the fact that Tinubu might actually be our next Paul Biya.
Oh, okay. All right, so I know that Dr. Bati strongly opines that it cannot happen in Nigeria, that Nigeria is not Cameroon, Nigeria is not Zimbabwe, Nigeria is not even Chad, who recently passed a law that could guarantee that their president could run for life if he chose to. But on saying that, let us look at, you know, when we talk about President Tinubu being a true Democrat, the question for me is, does what Mr. El-Rufai said, does it hold any credence? Is there any weight to it? Remember that he and the president enjoyed a close relationship at some point. Mm-hmm. Recall that during the elections campaign season, he was one of the few who stood solidly behind President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Even against the Naira redesign policy, he spoke out very boldly. And he was actually considered for ministerial position until something was, you know, there were questions around security for him. And after that, we started to see the finding of his voice against this government. And part of what he's now said is that having known the president, he does not believe that he's a true Democrat, he's a pretender. Let's look at some of the things that you can look to measure, because let's show working. Let me put it that way. You don't just make claims. Let us see if there's any credence to what he said. Under a true democracy, we can look at some symptoms of a failing democracy, one of which is the weakening of checks and balances. And what is supposed to be checks and balances for the executive? We have the legislature and we have the judiciary. Oji, more than ever before, at least in this post-military rule 1999, have we seen a National Assembly, a legislature as weak as it is now, whereby the president, whatever the president asks for or wishes for, they accede to it. I mean, this is a National Assembly that the president visits and they're singing, "On your mandate, we shall stand." Yes. How will they check and balance anything? I'm concerned, to be quite frank, that if he does bring up a bill to suggest perhaps a lifetime opportunity for an individual to run, they will not oppose it. Mm-hmm. Unlike what we had during the legislature in President Olusegun Obasanjo's time, when he mulled the idea of a 5-year term and they kicked against it. I am not sure that this current National Assembly has the willpower or the strength or the independence to speak against it. The judiciary, all eyes on the judiciary was what was reigning at post-2023 elections. Sure. We've talked about how we need to strengthen the institution of the judiciary. We've talked about what happened in River State, that under a true Democrat, that should never have happened. That aberration and a disgrace to our democracy should not have happened. And this happened under the tenure, under the administration of a true Democrat. And so the question then is, do we have a true democracy under a Democrat? Yes. That's why we can ask the question that, are we really sure that if he ever decided that he liked the seat so much and he wanted to extend his tenure, would have institutions to block that? Yeah. How about INEC? Yeah. Let under this tenure, let us have free and fair elections so that the will of the people would be supreme. We have seen shambolic elections under this democratic government. And so you keep asking the question, is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu a true Democrat, as he's often been said to be? So let us weigh the statements well. Yes, I know that the presidency will come out in defense of their principle, but in order to demonstrate that he's a true Democrat, it's not just by saying it, show working.
Well said, Ayo. Well said.
And I repeat the point that the countervailing force will be the resolve of the people of Nigeria.
The people of Nigeria.
To say that whatever has happened in Zimbabwe, Rwanda, Chad, and Cameroon, and Cote d'Ivoire will not happen in Nigeria.
I mean, yesterday we took the story about Obasanjo, and then, you know, the Nigerian people spoke against the third term. So hopefully
to say you want to be president for life, you will need to change the constitution.
Right. And
the process of changing the constitution in Nigeria is not by any president dictating.
Right.
Apart from having 2/3 of the two houses in the National Assembly, you will also need the concurrence of the state houses of assembly.
Right.
So who is that person in this country who will just go to the south, change situation, southeast, northwest, northeast?
Right.
That's why I say it's impracticable here.
Oh,
this
really?
is not Cameroon.
Okay,
this is not Rwanda.
Can I just also say that, you know, these are serious concerns, really serious concerns, and we should also speak up. I think that it is important that you are saying that this is not Cameroon, this is not, you know, all those other countries. But these are serious concerns, given that there are stories about state capture that we've just seen, and you are saying that you don't have a godfather, but, you know, I would agree with you.
One man from Lagos State will capture Nigeria.
Well, I mean, is it
will not be in Nigeria.
Dr. Batia said it isn't practical. So
when you the same man that changed national anthem in 2 days, that National Assembly passed it in less than 2 days.
No, that one you didn't make constitutional.
No, but he changed national anthem in 2 days. The national anthem will tell you how when they debated the national anthem word across all the houses.
All right, we've been on the issue of
course. After they told us that they passed national anthem.
Sorry,
Nigeria,
for 162 days.
For 162 days.
All right. But the good thing is that we've been on the issue of constitutional amendment for a while now. So, you know, you have some points saying that it may be very difficult.
Even you will carry placard.
I will. What will be the song on your mandate? All right.
Echo is not Nigeria.
Echo is not Nigeria. Well, all right. Let's go to Delta State now, where the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, has come under fierce criticism following allegations that it abducted 8 children from a Delta State orphanage and subjected them to forced religious conversion. In Kano State, the children were reportedly taken from an orphanage in Asaba on June 15th and moved to the government-run Nasarawa Children's Home in Kano City. Alleged parents of the affected children have appeared in viral videos demanding DNA verification to establish the true identities of their sons and daughters.
Okay, those children, are they your children?
Yes, sir.
Are they your children?
Speak aloud. Let me born them. Let me boy them. Let me born them now.
So if you do DNA test, now DNA test will show that you're the mother of the children?
Yes, I'm proud of my children. I will be proud of my children. If they do the DNA, it's my blood.
So why you can't come orphanage?
Because my husband left. My husband died in January 7th. I have no hair. My mother is not. Last year, this year make it 1 year. My mother is not alive. My father is not alive. I'm the only daughter of my parents, and I have no help. So I called for help for this orphanage to help me for those children. They said I should bring them. Let them help me to train them. That is how I bring them into orphanage. So I have 3 kids. Okay. You understand? So I asked for help, and they employed me as a worker. So it have not even been 3 days I came here. And when on Sunday they came here, one of they said that they are government officials. They came here and took 8 children. Even my son is among the 8 children. How old is your son?
My son is 5 years. What is the name of your son?
Chidaloeme Samuel.
All right, these are the parents who say that they are willing to subject themselves to DNA testing. Activist Sarah Ibrahim, who raised the alarm on social media, condemned the development as a violation of trust and a deliberate Islamization attempt. According to Ibrahim, one of the children managed to contact the outside world, revealing they had been taken to Kano, where their names were changed and they were being flogged and forced into Islamic practices. The contact also revealed a photo of one of the girls wearing a hijab. In the meantime, the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, in response, said that it rescued 8 children suspected of being stolen from northern states and trafficked to a private orphanage in Delta State following years of complaints from distraught parents. The joint operation conducted with the Department of State Services, the Nigerian Police, and Kano State Ministry of Women Affairs targeted a popular orphanage in Asaba operated by a senior executive of the Association of Orphanage Operators in Nigeria. NAPTIP spokesperson revealed that over 70 children, including 15 newborn babies, were discovered at the facility. NAPTIP said the rescued children were identified through their pictures and other features by the representative of the concerned parents from Kano State. NAPTIP Director General Binta Adamu Bello said some orphanages have, become havens for trafficked children. She said that the agency had initially planned simultaneous operations in Anambra and Delta states, but the Awka operation failed when the syndicate moved children overnight. The agency accused the orphanage operator of evading investigation and spreading falsehoods on social media instead of cooperating with authorities, emphasizing its commitment to protecting vulnerable children and ensuring justice in trafficking cases. And there are a lot of questions that Sarah Ibrahim posed, and I'll read the questions she posed on X. She wrote, if the orphanage was truly a trafficking center, why did NAPTIP take only the grown 7 boys and the only 17-year-old girl and left behind babies, disabled and toddlers, not even arrest the owners or shut the place down? 2, NAPTIP took these children from Delta to Kano since June 15. So why wait until September 16 after the matter became public to issue a statement? 3, since when did NAPTIP's job to Islamize victims, changing their names, forcing them to study Quran, wear hijabs, and learn about Islamic husbands? Enough is enough. Nigeria is not a banana republic. Release the children. And this is a concerned activist, Sarah Ibrahim, who has been following up on the story. And I want to come to you, Ayo, because obviously, you are a mother, and I'm sure that you can understand the pain of those women that we showed earlier. And Sarah's concerns are quite valid. She's saying, how come NAPTIP did not respond until the comments were put on social media? Why did it take so long for NAPTIP to reveal their investigation? The most important question there for me is, why is the orphanage still operating at the moment? We saw the woman out there. We saw people there, journalists going in that facility to find out what really is going on. Why has the police not moved in?
All right, so a big thanks to Sarah Ibrahim. And this is the power of social media and how we see the power of media, how it has changed over the years and evolved to expose things like this. Like you rightly said, a number of times we have government agencies who do not act except they've been named and shamed very publicly, and then they begin to move. It's very, very concerning to see that, the claims around the children being moved in a rescue mission, and then the efforts being made to then, she used the word Islamize, but introduce them to a new religion, have them conditioned or socialized in a new environment without investigating to find out who their parents are and to reconnect or reconcile them with their parents. These are the issues we have. Is corruption along the value chain, whether from the operators of the orphanages, the people who work with these government agents who collude with some of these traffickers or the orphanage runners and collude with them to perpetrate this evil, and the lack of oversight to ensure that we protect the weakest and most vulnerable in our society, our little children. In other parts of the world, you have a social work system whereby we have a register of kids, and when a child is at risk, you have people swoop in to ensure that the child either goes back to their home if it's a good condition or go into government care. It's very sad to see this happen, and I'm hoping that NAPTIP will come to, because we had a recent incident where they then came out and started to explain themselves. We need an overhaul. No one is left behind when it comes to corruption and an inadequate and inefficient agency when we have situations like this.
Well, I reached out to NAPTIP, and and they've responded. The director says that the operation that was carried out at the orphanage was primarily to rescue the children whose parents, had petitioned NAPTIP, and those children were traced to the center. They also said investigation into the matter had been ongoing to determine how the children got into the orphanage and to locate the remaining missing children. Thirdly, about Islamization, they said that they were never to Islamize. They are in protective shelter pending the outcome of the various claims. I mean, my comment, which, you know, I had made earlier, is the fact that these women have come out and that they are ready for DNA testing. Yes, exactly. And, you know, I believe that NAPTIP has said that they are willing to do DNA tests. NAPTIP has to show that the public can trust them. Yes. You know, this is a serious, grave allegation. Absolutely. And we need some more detailed information as regards to the whereabouts of those children. We need receipts. Well, let's take the story now in Lagos. It's an update to a story we brought you last week. The man who went viral for harassing and shoving a News Central crew member during last Tuesday's devastating fire outbreak at Central Plaza Mandilas on Lagos Island has now issued a public apology for his actions. In a video statement, the man explained that he acted out of frustration and overwhelming emotions after losing everything he owned inside the plaza, including goods he had purchased on credit. Let's take a look.
Please, I'm here to apologize to Nigerians, to the journalists that I push. I was asking him to leave here, that we don't need them here. We don't need them. What we need is the fire service to come and help us. Our money, everything is going down. I was one of the victims. Everything I have is gone, like gone. I know how much I lose. I know people I'm owing. Please, Nigerians, I'm not a thug. I'm a businessman. I almost jumped into the fire. Many are saying that we are the one that set the fire. How can I set my life fire? How? Nigerians, how? I did what I did. I was frustrated that night. I was frustrated. I don't know what to do. My brother, I'm begging, please. I don't know you. I don't know how to reach you. But if there will be a chance for me to meet you and your crew, to see you guys, I will go down on my knees and beg you guys.
All right, this was a good message. We do accept his apology because he also apologized to Arise News as well and, you know, asked for forgiveness from the journalists. Meanwhile, the devastating fire outbreak at Mandila's Market on Monday, Lagos Island, has brought business activities to a grinding halt, leaving thousands of jobs and livelihoods hanging in the balance as traders grapple with the scale of their losses. The massive blaze, which ravaged over 700 shops last Tuesday, has left traders and vendors in dire straits as they struggle to come to terms with the complete destruction of their businesses and stock. Many are now facing an uncertain future with no immediate means of income or capital to restart their operations. When our crew visited the site on Monday, affected business owners hung helplessly around the charred remains of their shops, their faces etched with worry and despair as Lagos State government officials attempted to salvage what remained of the structures. Well, speaking off camera, devastated traders implored the state government to provide compensation for their losses, pleading for urgent assistance to help them rebuild their businesses and restore their livelihoods. Many described losing everything they had worked for years to build, including goods purchased on credit that they now cannot pay back. And I thought it was important to highlight this story for the Lagos State government. We did see that gentleman who said that he was a victim. You know, these people have lost their livelihoods. We need a follow-up on Mandilas, really. All right. Shall we now head over to the United States, where Disney has announced that Jimmy Kimmel's late-night show will return to ABC's airwaves on Tuesday, ending a week-long suspension triggered by the host's controversial remarks about the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk and subsequent government pressure. Disney, which owns ABC, said the decision followed what it described as a thoughtful conversation with Kimmel after pulling the show amid intense political fallout. The entertainment giant said it had suspended production last Wednesday to avoid further inflaming a tense situation at an emotional moment for the country. I mean, Disney's initial decision to suspend the show, sparked intense backlash from Hollywood figures and civil rights organizations. Different sources reported that Disney's stock value dropped approximately by $4 billion. Over 400 celebrities signed an American Civil Liberties Union letter condemning the move as a dark moment for freedom of speech in the United States. Meanwhile, Erica Kirk, the widow of slain conservative activist Charlie Kirk, stunned tens of thousands of mourners on Sunday by announcing she forgave her husband's suspected killer, declaring at a packed memorial service that the answer to hate is not hate. Speaking through tears at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, the 36-year-old mother of two drew a standing ovation when she referenced Christ's words from the cross.
On the cross, our Savior said, "Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do." That man, that young man, I forgive him. I forgive him because it was what Christ did and is what Charlie would do. The answer to hate is not hate. The answer we know from the gospel is love, and always love. Love for our enemies and love for those who persecute us.
This video went viral. Erica Kirk's act of forgiveness has drawn widespread praise across the political spectrum, with the White House calling it one of the greatest acts of grace this world has ever seen. The memorial service attracted over 1 million streams online. President Donald Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, and other senior administration officials all paid their tribute to the slain conservative activists. This was quite touching, on Sunday when it went viral. I'd like you to tie in both stories, Jimmy Kimmel coming back, and of course, this emotional speech by Erica Kirk.
Emotional speech is good to forgive and all of that. But I also think it's a tie around the Christian nationalism. Quoting the Bible, said Christ said we should forgive. Because the Bible also said that we should also forgive and make justification for people that might not think like us. While Charlie was alive, did he do the same for people that I never agreed with? What did he say about race?
Right.
What did he say about other people? What did he say about I can't breathe?
Dr. Abati,
and as regards Charlie Kimmel, that's the power of the people, and that's why we must constantly stand up. If they didn't stand up, Kimmel will have lost his job.
All right, 10 seconds.
One, the banning suspension of Jimmy Kimmel was wrong in the first place.
Yeah.
As I pointed out, it was the regulator, the FCC, through Brendan Khan, trying to weaponize regulatory authority. It was an assault on the First Amendment. And the support that Jimmy Kimmel has received, I think is in order. And ABC finding his voice to do the right thing.
To do the right thing.
As for the fire incident that you showed, very unfortunate. But I hope those businesses in that plaza were insured.
All right, that's the question.
Insurance is
I
not
wish we had more time.
Seriously.
I'd love to thank you all for your great analysis, as always, on What's Trending. I can hear the producers. Well, that's all I have for you guys. On What's Trending today, I'll see you all tomorrow.